Hello, my name is Kurt, and today I will be sharing with you guys something I wish I've learned a lot sooner in life. See me, I've always been an emotionally sensitive person, an empath, whatever the hell you want to call it. Always wore my heart, always wore my emotions on my sleeve. And guess what? I got fucked over. I thought this world is a beautiful place, not beautiful place. I knew this world was a fucked up place, but I didn't know that shit could be so cruel, you know what I mean? But once you go through a lot of things in life, just very painful. So I'm gonna share with you guys how to kind of prevent disappointment, how to prevent that misery, and how to prevent that pain, and still hold on to that beauty within you. Never lose your emotional beauty. That's what I'm gonna get into later on in this video. But do not wear it on your sleeves, and do not show that to other people. So always have some sort of reserved nature, some sort of distance, you know what I mean? So let me give you an example. You're laying in bed with a beautiful girl, the moon's shining on her face, and you just had a great time, and she looks at you in the eyes with that like little sparkle in her eyes, and she says, "You are the greatest man ever, you are the most beautiful person, you are so emotionally just great, and you would make a great father of our children, I want to be with you forever," etc., etc. As an emotionally sensitive person, you may fall for it once, twice, etc. And most of the time, let's say 90% of the time, well, that's probably an exaggeration. Not 90% of the time, but maybe like 75% of the time, the girl's lying her ass off, blatantly lying to your face. She'll dump you and leave you, and you'll be there wallowing in your fucking misery. How could this happen? She promised me this, she promised me that. I thought, you opened yourself up emotionally because she expressed that emotions to you, and you're like, wow, somebody else that feels like me. Oh my God, this could be it. She could be the one, etc., etc. She leaves you, she moves on from guy to guy, and she says the same shit to every single guy. She was just using you for emotional support, financial stability, etc. Like I said, there's not everybody out there is like that, but a majority of them are, and you'll be fucking crushed, heartache, misery, horrible pain, like fucking excruciating. Because if you're an empath, if you're an emotionally sensitive person, you know that love, you know that beauty, you know that that's all that really fucking matters. Money, all this shit, none of that shit fucking matters, dude. None of that fucking matters. You know what I mean? Don't necessarily show that, because then you will be targeted as a prey by the predators. Let me give you another example. You're in the workplace. You're the nice guy. You're the guy everybody can rely on. They come in sick. Oh man, I'm sick. Can you take over for me? Can you help me with this? Blah blah blah, etc., etc. You help them once. You're like, okay, everybody's happy. I'm feeling good. I'm helping other people out, whatever. But then the cycle repeats itself. They continue to do it, and you don't know how to say no. You know what I mean? As an emotionally sensitive person, it's hard to say no. You help people out, but they keep using you because they see that you're weak. And guess what? You won't get a promotion. You'll be the little pack rat everybody could rely on, and you'll be trampled. Because let me tell you how it is. In nature, biologically speaking, everything like that, it has always been survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? Look at plants, look at animals. The strongest survives. And having strong emotional traits is sort of a setback, sort of a weakness. Because you'll be used and abused, and you'll be destroyed. It's as simple as that. And the people will keep on moving, and you'll be fucked over. You know what I mean? It's horrible. But like I said, the boss is not going to promote you. He'll promote the adamant, rough, douchebag type of person with a business mind that'll progress, that is emotionally sort of restricted, that'll progress further in the field. And you'll be working for the same wage as everybody else. They'll all be using you. You'll be doing extra work for no fucking reason. Because in the end, they'll move along, and you'll be there left like a fucking stupid idiot. So I'm going to share some techniques, right? Like I said, never lose that emotional beauty. It is a beautiful fucking thing. It is the light that shines through the darkness of this world. You know what I mean? It's like Jim Morrison sings, Give me sanctuary. I must find a place to hide. A place for me to hide. You know, you could really progress as an artist, as a person in the creative field, channel those emotions into art, into music. Hatred is also a very good emotion. You know, all emotions are good. They should all be acknowledged. Hatred is pretty good too. You know, you could release that into your fucking music. The disappointment you feel with everything, channel it into your music. But don't kind of wear it on your sleeve. Do not show that, hey man, you know, I'm emotionally sensitive, I hate fucking everything, blah, 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 it's a fucked up world, whatever. Then you'll just be a miserable fucking cunt. And that's it, you know, and then people will still use you and abuse you anyway. So, my first advice is to disconnect a little bit. Disconnect yourself emotionally. Meditate. Achieve emotional stability. Do not let things get to you. You know, because as an emotionally sensitive person, you go through life, you feel sorry for the homeless person. You feel sorry for the girl that just broke up with her douchebag boyfriend. You want to be that support. Maybe if I comfort her, maybe if I help her, maybe if I show her my beauty, she will accept me and she will love me and I will find everything I want in life. But guess what? She'll just use you as emotional support to kind of, whatever, get over that shit, and she'll move on, she'll keep going, she'll keep going. You know what I mean? Emotionally sensitive persons have a place in this world, but that doesn't mean you have to be a fucking used and abused by everybody. Because it hurts. It freaking hurts. Let me light my fire. Reserve yourself a little bit. Like I said, do not wear your heart on your sleeve. Do not show that emotional sensitivity. Walk around like you don't fucking care. Walk around nonchalant. Do not let things bother you, even if they do. You know, acknowledge that in your own personal life. Sit, meditate, realize, let it flow, let it pass, let it go, and keep going. Because like I said, if you open yourself up emotionally, you will be seen as the prey. There's a lot of narcissists, a lot of sociopaths, especially in the higher echelons of this society. Like me, I thought, hey man, everybody has emotions, everybody, like, people can't be that fucked up. But the truth is, some people, they just don't fucking care. They're in it for their own gain, you know what I mean? And this is sort of the elite of the world. That's how they fucking got there in the first place, because they don't care. They don't care if people die. They don't care if people fucking suffer, as long as they make it, you know what I mean? So, put on a little bitch face, you know, put on a little bitch attitude. Hey man, I don't fucking care about anything, whatever, you know. There's a homeless man, whatever, you give him change once in a while, but then you see that he's a fucking, you know, that person is just as abusive as everybody else. They keep on coming up to you, hey man, change. You feel sorry for him, you give it to him. All they care about is their next booze fix. I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm not saying that's everybody out there, but a majority of them, that's how it is. You know, once you go through emotional turbulence and through rough times in this world, you know, you see people getting shot, you see people getting fucking stabbed, you become a little bit emotionally numb. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. Take whatever shitty things you went through in life and just remember how that felt, you know what I mean? And do not hold high expectations for anything. Do not have expectations of anything. Realize when you're with that girl or whatever, everything's beautiful, everything's going good. 10 years, 15 years down the line, you're still together, whatever. But always have that little thing in your head, you know, like, hey man, this could always fall apart. You never know how the world works, whatever. Like I said, this will save you from disappointments, because when it actually does happen and you didn't fucking expect it at all, it's fucking horrible. It's fucking misery, the worst pain ever. But when you have that in your head, you're like, fuck, all right, you know, I lived through it, I loved it, I appreciated it, but now I gotta move on, you know. It won't hurt you that much because you already kind of knew, you know. And then, you know, it'll save you from a lot of pain. Because the most beautiful things in this world is not money. It's not fucking anything. It is love. It is emotions. It is the beauty of humanity, etc. But like I said, a lot of people are not out there for that shit. The whole emotional traits and stuff like that, I feel that worked better like in ancient sort of societies. You know, you could have been a bard, you could have been some kind of alchemist or something like that, and it would have been okay. But in today's society, it's really rough. You know what I mean? You know. So yeah, emotionally disconnect a little bit. Wear a shield around yourself. You know? And only open up to the people that deserve it, that appreciate that beauty within you. You know, that see that beauty within you and that appreciate it. You know, those people that like you help out in the workplace once and they're like, yo, that was a really fucking great thing. Let me buy you a beer. Let's hang out. Let's do this, whatever. But don't share it with or you know, that people that return that favor for you. But don't just give it to people that don't deserve it, because they'll just use you. They'll just keep dumping that shit on you over and over again, and you'll just be a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? So meditate. Just fucking save that emotional beauty for things that'll help you. Like I said, channel it into your creative fields. If you're a creative person, draw, fucking make music, whatever you're good at. Even if you fucking suck at it. Like, I'm not a good fucking or I don't know how to draw or paint or whatever, but I've been trying to do it recently, and hey man, it's not the best thing in the world, but it helps, you know. That's how you should release your emotions into something beauty, something that you could express that beauty and other people could appreciate that. You know what I mean? It's a rough world out there, man, as an emotionally sensitive person. But like I said, once you go through really fucked up situations in life, you learn that, hey man, survival of the fittest, and it's not that fucking great. You don't have to follow that mentality yourself, but just realize that's just kind of how it is. Live your life the way you want to live it. Embrace being a loner. That's another thing I want to tell a lot of emotionally sensitive people. A lot of emotionally sensitive people, they always want a place to hide. You know, they always want somebody to love them, somebody to express those emotions with, some kind of comfort. The only sanctuary, the only comfort we could find in this fucking world, you know? Being loved, being accepted, that's all we fucking want. But it doesn't happen that easily, you know what I mean? But when you fucking restrict yourself a little bit, the people that truly appreciate you, they will appreciate that sensitive side within you, and they will cherish it and they will love it. And you won't be screwed over, you know? You'll be okay, because the pain that an emotionally sensitive person feels through disappointment, through misery, through whatever, is fucking horrible. It's worse than fucking anything. You know what I mean? Heartbreaking. And it makes you full of hatred. It makes you like this fucking like hateful person, whatever. Like I said, channel hatred to music. Channel hatred into everything. Share with the fucking world, you know? These are the dreamers. These are the fucking people that'll transcend this society into a better state. Hey man, everything's fucked up and I'm not gonna fucking take it. You wanna fuck me over, I'll fuck you twice as hard. Because you know what? I'm an emotionally sensitive person and I understand these things. I could fuck you over more than you could fuck me over. You know what I mean? Make fucking music, make art, do whatever you love to do, man. And maybe one day, people will fucking open their eyes and say, hey man, this world is a very fucked up place. Maybe we should fucking change. Maybe we shouldn't be like the animals. Maybe we should fucking transcend finally after fucking millions of years. You know what I mean? We need visionaries and we need dreamers. And this is what emotionally sensitive people are. But if you get trampled over, you get fucked over in life, then that kind of like dies in you a little bit, you know what I mean? But do not let that stop you. John Lennon, imagine all the people, you know, he didn't make that song just because, oh yeah, he was a hippie. Life is happy, happy dandy, blah, blah, acid, all this shit. No, he was probably hurt in life. He was probably a loner. You know what I mean? He probably went through struggles in life. And he's there expressing. Imagine all the fucking people living life as one, you fucking idiots. See it, live it, do it. And be that visionary. But do not let yourself get abused. Have that in your fucking head, but continue in life. You know, have that in your fucking head, but do not let yourself get fucked over, you know? That is the power to create. But that power to create could be fucked over. You know, you go through a lot of things in life. They say, fuck it. This world is fucked up. Nothing's gonna change. Fuck it, blah, blah, blah. And you just lay there in your bed drinking fucking hot chocolate or some shit like that. It's not the way this should be. Like I said, if all the fucking dreamers got together, emotionally sensitive people, we're a necessity in this world, and we can make this world a better place. We could transcend this place into a better fucking world. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take battles, but we have to tough it up, tough it out, and we have to go through it. You know what I mean? Go through life as a very nice person, emotionally sensitive person, but use it for the people that appreciate it. Use it and don't let it get abused. Meditate, create art, just have a little thing, like have a little shield around you. Because people will always jump on the opportunity to abuse an emotionally sensitive person. Like I said, there's a lot of narcissists, a lot of sociopaths, a lot of fucked up people in this world. And they'll jump on that opportunity to fuck you over just so they could progress further in life. But in the end, I may be a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I'm not the only fucking one. There's billions of people out there that have the same vision, but we're always abused, we're always put down. You know, maybe we had a rough childhood. Maybe we went through a lot of rough shit in our lives. Maybe we go through stints of fucking, you know, draining our misery in alcohol, all these substances. Yes, they help. And as an emotionally sensitive person, I'm gonna tell you right now, we are very vulnerable to that. All those drug addicts, fucking all the sort of alcoholics, all the abusers, they went into that because it gave them comfort. It gave them the comfort they seek in this fucked up world. People didn't give them that comfort, then substances give you that comfort. And I ain't gonna lie, I drink, I do what I gotta do, I love it, it is a great feeling, and I move on. And until that day that I find somebody like that understands these things and that'll be a dreamer with me, I'll keep fucking going by myself. Learn how to be a loner. Do not let it bother you. You know, all these people hanging out with their friends, all these people always party, all this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. They're all drowning their misery too, to be honest with you. You don't have to be like them. Be yourself. Do not guard yourself like immensely and say, fuck it, I'm not gonna hang out with people ever because they're all disappointment now. Just hang out with people, enjoy it. Enjoy it when the time comes. You have a beautiful girl, enjoy it. You know, you have everything in life, enjoy it. You know? Go freaking with it, man. Go with it, but do not get too absorbed in it because you form false expectations. You feel that, I got it now. That's it. This is gonna last forever. You know what I mean? Everything's set, you know? But then the disappointment sets in, you know? Everything's fucked. You know, it's like nature. One day it's raining, one day it's sunny. One day it's beautiful, one day it's cloudy. It's just how it is. But people like us, it's hard for us to see that, you know, it's just hard for us to see. We want it to be sunny all the fucking time. We want it to be beautiful all the time. We don't want suffering, we don't want pain. We just want to help. That's all we want, man. But, you know, back in the day, probably shamans, like the emotionally sensitive people were probably shamans. They know how to work with emotions. They know how to change that into dance, into ritual type of shit, you know what I mean? But it's hard to do nowadays, you know? You can't just fucking walk around with a cigarette in your hand or a cigar, whatever. Hey, come on everybody, let's do this, da-da-da-da-da. Let's go into a trance, let's make this world better. Let's form some kind of energetic current that'll transform this whole world, you know? It's not easy. You go off dancing on the street half fucking naked, people will think you're fucking psycho. You know what I mean? They'll be like, they won't take you fucking seriously. They'll be like, who the fuck is that? But you have that emotionally reserved nature or whatever, you find people like you. Hey man, let's get together, let's whatever. And you can enjoy the company of like-minded individuals. Form a little group, you know, get shit going. Enjoy the greater side of life. I need to light my fire again. Excuse me. Like, look at emotionally sensitive people. Kurt Cobain. All he kind of wanted was love. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, he found Courtney Love. He found that beauty within him. I heard something that Lane Staley, he was taking a ride with him, right? Kurt Cobain gave Lane Staley a ride somewhere, right? And at that time, Kurt Cobain had found Courtney and had Frances already. He had, you know, a baby and all that stuff or whatever. And all he talked about was that baby. You know, oh, I love that little girl so much. I love her, man. Like, he saw the beauty in life. You know, he finally fucking got it. But guess what? It got to him. I feel it got to him, you know, like once you realize that, hey man, this shit's kind of fucked up, you start thinking about all this crazy shit. Hey, what does my daughter have to go through in this fucked up world? If I went through all this fucked up shit, imagine what, you know, somebody else has to go through, you know what I mean? And it got to him. And it dragged him down, and he found solace in substances. Like many of us do. Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, fucking, you know, it's fucking almost every artistic person out there, you know. It doesn't mean you have to walk around drunk all the fucking time, you know. Doesn't mean that helps, you know, that makes you kind of not give a fuck. You're drunk, you're jealous.